Hi, I'm Archita Fritz, and today I want to talk about navigating uncertainty, unlocking potential, and delivering transformation in the most demanding environments. Over the past 2 decades, I've worked alongside corporate leaders, entrepreneurs, and visionaries, often stepping into their most critical moments. I've helped launch 25 plus products across 128 countries, totaling over 2.1 billion in business. And most recently, I've partnered with private equity-backed executives and boards to transform scaling challenges into clear, actionable strategies. So here are 3 critical lessons I'd like to share with every leader balancing that razor's edge of PE-backed expectations. Number 1, the rule of 40 is a compass, not a blunt instrument. When you're balancing growth and profitability, it means different things depending on the stage of maturity. If you're an early stage PE investment, it might mean that you would tolerate negative EBITDA for high double-digit growth. If you're a mature venture, you might need a lot more disciplined mix of operational expansion and excellence. So what this means for you is that use the rule of 40 as a tool to assess where to push and where to pull back. For example, scrutinize your unit economics because not all growth is equal, and scaling low margin customers or channels could meet revenue goals while quietly eroding profitability. So what works is conduct a rolling return on investment review at the customer and the product level and prioritize where to over-index and over-invest and where to consolidate. Number 2, create organizational accountability without killing agility. We all know the breakneck speed of PE-backed scaling, and it demands disciplined execution. Yet many teams that I work with struggle under a culture of micromanagement or reactive decision-making, and most of the time, the answer isn't more control, it's clarity. So what does this mean for you? Strong accountability mechanisms should act as a guardrail, not a leash. So link short-term execution to the long-term value creation plan that you have shared with your investors. And make sure that every level of the organization sees the direct connection between their work and the enterprise value. So what can you do? Establish leadership cadences that do more than check progress, but resolve bottlenecks that could become risks. For example, a weekly leadership stand-up focused on outcomes, not tasks, ensuring agility remains intact. Last but not least, number 3, elevate your story to the boardroom. Think enterprise and not product. Because growth is easier to achieve at scale when your stakeholders, which are customers, investors, and board members, understand your true value. Yet many companies get stuck pitching features to mid-level users while missing out on that strategic partnership with decision makers. So what does this mean to you? Evolve your positioning to speak to C-level and boardroom priorities. Reimagine your value proposition in terms of systemic solutions like reducing risk, accelerating time to market, and driving measurable outcomes. And a great way to do this is using case studies that showcase and are framed within an ROI and enterprise-wide impact. Leading a private equity-backed company is about delivering under pressure while preparing for what's next. It's about moving beyond that reactive decision-making to a state where every action is intentional and tied to value creation. And some of the most successful leaders we know don't just manage that growth, they engineer it, balancing execution, culture, and positioning to build companies that thrive well beyond that investment horizon. So let's discuss how to move the needle on growing profitability and everything in between. And if you'd like to learn more, you can reach out to me at architafritz.com. Thank you for listening.